Okay, so we are learning 3.2, which is angles of elevation and depression. On this side, we have angles of elevation, and that's your eye. This is ground level. That's the angle of elevation, and this is your line of sight. On this side, it's the angle of depression, and you see that it's looking down. So in that angle right there, that's the angle of depression, and then your line of sight is that way. Okay, so we're gonna try a problem out. And the question asks, the entrance of the Old Town Library is 2.3 feet above ground level. The angle of elevation from the base of the ramp to the top is 15 degrees. Find the length of the ramp. So here's the picture. This is X, and it gives us the angle, which is 15, and also gives us the height, which is 2.3 feet. We are going to use sine because it's opposite over hypotenuse. So we have to go and solve it now. And you can use your calculator, but to set it up, you just write sine, and then you put 15 next to it, and then set it equal to 2.3 over x, because that's your opposite over hypotenuse. That's what you're trying to find. And then you do 2.3 divided by sine 15. Because you want to divide 2.3 by sine. Let's do that to get the right answer. And then you do this on your calculator. So you put in 2.3 divided by sine of 15. And then you press enter, and you get 8.886 dot dot dot. And you can just round that. 8.89. That does not look like an 8. There we go. Feet. So x equals 8.89 feet. And that's your answer. Good job. This is problem number 2. It says, a closed circuit TV camera is mounted on a wall 7.4 feet above a security desk in a building. It views a door 9.3 feet from the desk. Find the angle of depression from the camera lens to the door. And here, the diagram gives us the height 7.4 feet and the distance 9.3 feet. And we have to find this angle right here. And so we're going to use tan because that is opposite over adjacent. Okay, here we go. So on your calculator, write second, because we can't find the angle of elevation by just using the regular tan button. So we're gonna just put this here as a reminder. And then you write out tan of theta, so we don't know the angle, equals 7.4 over 9.3. That is your opposite over adjacent. And then we just write it out again. Like this. This is what's going into your calculator. Remember, press the second button. So, second tan, and you do 7.4 divided by 9.3. And you should get x, or just kidding, theta, because you're finding the angle. Theta equals 38.5 degrees. And you can round that if you want to 39 degrees. There you go. Okay, so now you guys can try the problems. Number 1 says, the angle of depression is measured from the top of a 43-foot tower to a reference point on the ground. Its value is 63 degrees. How far is the base of the tower from the point on the ground? And here's the diagram you can look at. Okay, you should have gotten approximately 21.91 feet. Good job if you got it. So the second problem says, the angle of depression from a searchlight to its target is 58 degrees. How long is the beam of light if the searchlight is 26 feet above ground? Here's the diagram. Your answer should be approximately 30.66 feet.
For this section, we're doing 4.3 law of cosines. Law of cosines is when you use the cosine equations to find the sides and angles of a triangle. For this first problem, guess what we're going to do? We're going to find the angles of a triangle. So first, you have to use the cosine equation. So we're going to find a first, so use the a equation. So it's going to be a squared equals b squared plus c squared minus 2bc cosine A. So this is the equation we're going to be using. First, you plug in the numbers into the equation. Once you do this, you distribute or solve for the equation, what you get. And so for this part, it's really tricky. The answer you get for B and C sides, you actually subtract that and move it over to this side where you subtract the A side. It's really tricky. So once you get this, you have to do that again, but instead of subtracting, you're going to divide the A side and the B and C side, and you're going to get 0.665166593 equals cosine A. And once you get this, you can find the angle, which is 48.3. Once you do this, you have to find also the B side, and you do the same exact steps to find B. But an easy point about this section is, if you have two angles, what do you have to do? Add them up to get 180 degrees. So once you do that, you add up A and B, which you get 121. All you have to do is subtract 180, and there's your answer, 59 for angle C. So your answer is going to be 48.3, 72.7, and 59. That's it. For our second problem, guess what? We're going to solve another triangle. For this question is, suppose you want a fence, a triangular lot as shown below. If two sides measure 84 feet and 70 feet, and the angle between the two sides is 102 degrees, what's the length of the fence to the nearest foot? So what you're trying to find is this side right here. So again, you're going to use the cosine equation, and you're going to plug everything in to find this side. So once you plug everything in, you're going to get this equation right here. And all I have to do is just distribute and multiply everything together, or subtract. And so what you're going to get is 15,864.4748. But you're not done, because you have to square root it, and you get 126. But we're not done there also. You have to add all the sides together. And once you add all the sides, you're going to get 288. So that means that once you find all the sides, all you have to do is add it, and you get this. And so 280 feet, that's your answer. Now we're on to the practice problems. Number 1 says, solve for the length of the missing side of each triangle. Round your answers to the two significant digits. So this is our triangle right here. So now you have to try to find all the digits around the triangle. You guys have 10 minutes to work on this problem. Ready, set, go. The problem is 10. Next problem. This is problem number 2. Solve each triangle in PQR. Unless otherwise directed, round lengths of the two significant digits and the angle measures to the nearest degree. So now we're going to do the same thing as number 1, but instead of giving you a triangle, you have to find out for yourself what the angles and sides are. You have 10 minutes to complete this problem. Good luck! The answer to this problem is R equals 9, angle Q equals 63 degrees, and angle P equals 87. There you go. That's how you do law of cosines.